Hey fam, it's Deja from Perfect Love. As you already know, my other half, she's not with me today. She's home. I'm at the store. So I just wanted to share a story with you. Story that I normally share with my recruits or my students. It's an amazing story about this amazing guy. It's a true story. I'm going to put his name in the description below so you can, study him yourself if you want to look it up. But this guy, Dashrath, he lived in an Indian village. And he was a laborer. And his wife, around 1959, was bringing him some lunch. And she slipped and fell on the side of this mountain. It was she had to get around the mountain to get to him. So the villagers, came and got him. She was bleeding. They attempted to take her to the hospital. The hospital was roughly 40 miles on the other side of this mountain. The mountain sat between the village and the hospital. So needless to say, on their journey, his wife passed away. So in 1960, he decided, within his grief, he was like, I have to do something about this mountain. I got to do something so no other villagers will, have this happen to them, if they need to get to the hospital. So he had 2 goats. He sold those 2 goats. He sold it for a hammer, a chisel, and a crowbar. And what he did with the hammer, the chisel, and the crowbar is every day after he got off from work, all through the night, he started chiseling through this mountain. Every day, every night, all night, he would chisel. He would use a hammer, a chisel, and a crowbar. Because he was determined to create a path from the village to the hospital. So he did this every day. Every day. Every day. So through the night, the villagers would come up to him like, you crazy, you're a lunatic, you stupid, all the negative things you can possibly say. And he just kept digging and digging and digging. And even though the same people he was trying to help would come up to him, tell him he's crazy, he should stop, it's never going to happen, he's a lunatic, but he still kept digging and digging and digging until 22 years later, he made it to the other side. Did you hear what I said? I said every day for 22 years, this dude used a hammer, a chisel, a crowbar, and dug his way through this mountain to get to the other side. After he finished, he dug a 360 foot high, 30 foot long, 30 foot wide pathway through this mountain. He took a 40-mile trip and cut it down to less than a mile trip to the hospital. Now, you may ask, why am I telling you this? Not sure. Maybe it's something you can use. Maybe it's something you can tell somebody else. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This dude had a hammer, a chisel, and a crowbar. How many times do we feel like we don't have the resources we need to get done what we want to do? Pretty much that's the human way. We never have enough. We never have what we need. We never have enough money. We never have enough connections. We never have enough resources. We never have enough. However, he proves that you can have minimal resources as long as you stay consistent and keep moving. Next thing, the villagers. Now his wife is already dead, so digging a path through the mountain really doesn't help her. It helps them. These same villagers try to discourage him from helping them, because for some reason people had this mindset. It's like when they see you doing something that they deem is impossible, or they have a fear of doing themselves, or they have a lack of knowledge of something, they automatically try to discourage you, even if it'll help them. We all experience that, I'm pretty sure. So all that negative energy, all those negative, words, he just kept pushing. He just kept digging. He just kept digging because he had a goal, and he just, executed it. But those same people now, to this day, because he actually finished this pathway in 1982. He died in the 2000s, but from 1960 to 1982, he was digging this pathway. So now the villagers, the same ones that call him crazy, try to discourage him, they now have a less than a mile trip to the hospital versus 40-mile trip to the hospital. So, moral of the story, you never give up on anything you put your mind to. Even if you don't have the resources to accomplish it. Also, you never let anybody discourage you. Ever. Because can't nobody live your dream but you. And can't nobody sell your dream but you. First of all, you have to believe your own dream, in order to get it done in the first place. It's an awesome story. Like I said, I'm going to put his name down there. You could look it up. And pretty much that's all I had to say. Nothing's impossible. See you next time.